All right, let's look at that top story. President Cyril Ramaphosa is set to address the nation at 7 p.m. this evening. It's expected he'll announce a move to level 1 of lockdown. Let's get some analysis now and some expectations from political analyst Lesiba Tefo. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Tefo. So the family meeting confirmed for tonight. One wonders what exactly is going to happen. Is it going to be fellow South Africans or compatriots? What are you expecting?
Yes, I think he's in a fix now. He doesn't know how to start because either way, we seem to want to make a joke out of it. But as fellow South Africans, I think consistent with what Mbeki used to do, I think he can live with that. And compatriots is fine, but fellow South Africans, I think, is more familiar with the people. But yes, I know what you are saying. Yeah. I understand.
There are a lot of expectations, Mr. Tefo. The president has been holding lots of meetings, with various stakeholders. The tourism industry has been making calls for the president to open up the borders and allow for international travel. We have the aviation industry, which has been the hardest hit and hasn't been allowed to resume operations beyond operating locally. What are you expecting in terms of the travel and especially international travel, given the other conversations that the president has already started with the industry?
So, almost everybody can know what, can say something on this, right? But it's the unsaid that I'm always often interested in. Yeah. In this instance, you can talk about opening up the economy, well and good. Indeed, you can, tourism industry, right? To open. I would be happy to see also the churches taking part, but in a very controlled manner. Well, international travel, obviously, one would expect that there will be circumspect as to who comes in and who goes out. It's common sense that those cases where there is a sudden resurgence and a flare-up should certainly not be considered. But it's at that point that I'm inviting myself and fellow South Africans to say, yes, the president will open up the space. Are we going to behave and conduct ourselves accordingly to ensure that the second wave is not with us sooner than we thought? Remember the Spanish flu? When they relaxed all else, people got excited because they were unhappy with the very trying sacrifices that they had to make, as we did in South Africa. But we have to understand it is in our hands to ensure that the president doesn't come back to tell us, I'm now locking you back to number 5.
Oh, my goodness. A lot of South Africans will certainly not be happy about that. One of the things, Mr. Tefo, that the lockdown has done is devastate our already battered economy. Yesterday, the president finalized an economic recovery plan with business and labor under NEDLEC. Are we likely to hear plans around another stimulus package? Do we need another one? Or maybe the revelation of sorts around that economic recovery plan that was endorsed by NEDLEC yesterday?
Look, the rescue plans, the Marshall plans, whatever you call them, as long as there are no control measures, for me, we'll be back where we were yesterday. COVID Relief Fund. It's not the money per se that matters. It's how that which is put out there for the benefit of the wretched of the earth is used in their interest. But if, again, you are releasing funds from the state for it to be deployed among the connected, unfortunately, is something that I wouldn't align myself with. Let it be thought out properly. What is it that is going to be done to ensure that same is not repeated? Start there. Agree on those. Put the controls in place rather than to release the money only to end up again with another commission.
Yeah. Obviously, this briefing is not about politics of, politics or that infamous trip to Zimbabwe, but this is the first time that the president will be speaking publicly since that scandal broke. Is he going to touch on it? Should he touch on it? Because it will be funny hearing him talk about good governance and those who abuse state resources without addressing the elephant in the room.
Yes, indeed. I think he has to say something about it. He has to. And I only hope and truly do that he may not be heard or be said to have known all the details that weren't disclosed when they were supposed to be. Remember, Madam Zulu told us nothing wrong if it has to do with state matters that are impacting on national interests, will use even state resources. Same was said by the Secretary General. And now, where is the president in all this? Did he know or didn't he know? Or he didn't know the details? Let him take the people in confidence. If he doesn't do that, and it comes out in the open later, then that will give sufficient ammunition to his detractors. And he seems to have many of late.
All right. Political analyst Lesiba Tefo, thank you so much for your time this afternoon.